A couple weeks ago, I put out a poll on my channel asking you guys if you would want to see reviews for a couple of Bong Joon-Ho films. Well, it's been a while since I reviewed Mickey 17, sure, before March, because I saw it at an early screening. But, hey, I finally started watching Mickey 17 films, and keeping the promise, because you guys voted mainly yes, I'm going to start my Mickey 17 review series today, talking about Snowpiercer. Now, this was one of the more exciting movies out of Bong Joon-Ho's filmography that I was excited to see. It's been on my radar for a while. I love Chris Evans. I love dystopian movies like this. I was hoping that this one would be a good time, and what did I think of it? I'll tell you here in this review, but before I do, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Snowpiercer from, I believe, 2013. And with that said, let's dive right into my thoughts on Snowpiercer. Now, if you haven't seen my review for Mickey 17, I'll put it somewhere up here. Mickey 17 review will be up here. But, I really liked that movie. I thought it was a really good movie. Where the first 45 minutes of the movie, a little difficult getting used to. And then as soon as it got used to, I started to love the film. Pretty much the same exact way with here. Where, first 45 minutes, a little bit weird getting used to this dystopian world, the direction of Bong Joon-Ho. And then all of a sudden, something clicks, and the movie turned great. I love this movie. I think I would put it above Mickey 17. I think I liked it a little bit more than Mickey 17. Thought it was great. I really, really, really liked Snowpiercer. First thing we gotta talk about is this unique dystopian world. Like I said, it took about 45 minutes for me to get used to it. It especially took me a while to get used to the direction, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But, like, the weird dystopian world, it's on a train when we get the lore, and it takes about halfway through the film to get the lore. And if you haven't seen Snowpiercer, there are going to be brief spoilers in this video, because the movie's been out for a while, so go ahead. And if you haven't seen the film, click away from the video, because it's going to be very brief. Not going to go into too much detail, but I'm not going to shy away, because it's been over 10 years since this movie released. Anyways, the world, as soon as we get to the middle of the film, we get this big, like, long... There's like a video that they're watching on the train, kind of explains what's going on in the world, and it's a really unique and interesting world, really unique and interesting lore. Stuff that they do with that is really unique and interesting. That's a thing that Bong Joon-Ho can craft worlds that are really unique and interesting, and this one is unique and interesting. The cast here is great as well. The main one, obviously, being Chris Evans. Chris Evans is a great actor, in my opinion. You get him as Captain America, and then you get him in Knives Out as that character, and then he's in The Gray Man as an absolutely great character. Every movie I see him in, I think he's great, and I think he gets too much hate. Except maybe, like, Red Notice. That was obviously just a phone and roll. Anyways, I think he's great in this film. Unique character, really, really liked him. Everyone else in the film is really good too. One of my favorite things about this film is that it has the balls to kill off characters that you thought were going to survive this entire movie. Like the certain sidekick character to Chris Evans' character, you think he's going to survive the whole movie. And then somewhere, as one of these people that get killed, he dies. Out of nowhere. Like, whoa. I think that scene was like the moment that cemented this one. Like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. Because I love movies that have balls to kill off characters. Like, I don't know if there's something wrong with me or anything, but I just love movies like that. I mean, some of my favorite movies of all time kill off all of its characters by the end of the film. And if you have the balls to kill off a character you think is going to survive and surprises me, that's great. That's great there. And then, like, almost everyone dies, and you think that everyone's going to survive. And then you get the ending where train crashes, everyone almost dies. Great ending. Great ending. And the balls that Bong Joon-Ho has to kill off these characters in this film was really, really cool. The overall theme of the film, and very clear, Bong Joon-Ho likes movies about rich and powerful over the poor and oppressed. Yeah, this movie's like that too. And I thought the themes were explored a little bit better in this movie than they are in Mickey 17. Where, like, the whole thing is the poor people going to the rich people. That's the whole plot of the movie. That's it, is the poor going to the rich. And Bong Joon-Ho really likes telling stories like that, and I think it's a very good story here. And then the overall ending, what happens here, devastation, where Chris Evans goes to his quarters and, like, he finally gets quiet. Such a good ending. And then, all of a sudden, something's gonna happen. Train crashes. That is a really cool ending as well. But just the overall themes and the story here I thought was really unique. Now it's time to talk about the direction by Bong Joon-Ho. And like I said, the first 45 minutes were a little bit odd, where, like, felt a little bit rushed, like, too many close-ups. Every action sequence was just, like, so close-up. It was just, like, boom, 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 boom. Like, I couldn't tell what was going on. Hard to describe, but best feeling I can describe that is crazy madness. You can't tell what's going on. And like I literally had to pause the movie, be like, what just happened? What? And then unpause it, like to refresh my brain. Dives too into it. And then weirdly enough, it gets fixed. Weirdly enough, like as soon as we get a certain part, the movie kind of slows down. The action sequences are shot in an angle where you can see, and a really unique angle at that make them thrilling and exciting. The lore aspect here, the story part didn't feel rushed. Kind of slowed down. It's really weird because it feels like Bong Joon-Ho could have done a little bit more in that first 45 minutes. Like maybe the studio was like, yeah, we need to stick to the time limit. And he wanted to make it a little bit longer. Stretch out 45 minutes, I guess. I don't know if that's true, but it's kind of what it feels like. But as soon as we get into its groove, the groove just goes great. And it turns into a movie with great action sequences, great direction, characters dying that you didn't think die, and a unique story, cool lore. And the best thing I can describe this movie is cool. It's cool and stylized as soon as you get past the first 45 minutes. Because those first 45 minutes are really rough to get into. I'm sorry. They are really, really difficult to get into. I didn't know if I would like this movie. And then as soon as we get past that first 45 minutes, it just eases into such a cool and stylized film. And like, as soon as the movie ended, I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I thought, that was awesome. And my Letterboxd review was Bong Joon-Ho? No, more like Bong Joon make great films, ho. Yeah, that is the kind of movie that we're dealing with here. A film that just instantly, as soon as it ends, makes me think, that was a great movie, and I instantly wanted to watch another Bong Joon-Ho film, because the stuff that they do in this movie is so cool, and so stylized, and everything I've seen out of Bong Joon-Ho is just so cool. That's what I really like. And I think that this would be a 5-star film if the first 45 minutes didn't fully work for me. But just like Mickey 17, where I said the first 45 minutes were a little bit rough, as soon as we get past that patch, the film turns into a great movie. And I really did like this one. And I think I like this one a little bit more than Mickey 17. Before I give you my final score, go down below. Tell me what do you guys think of Snowpiercer from 2013. And with that said, go ahead and subscribe while you're down there. Snowpiercer's first 45 minutes are a little bit rough, but as soon as we get into that, it turns into a great sci-fi dystopian film that does awesome things in here. It's the type of movie that makes me leave it and be like, that was awesome, I want to watch more. That's why Snowpiercer is going to get an A from me. Thank you guys for clicking on this video, and with that said, subscribe.